Hello. Now, I normally don't do live videos. I'd rather have a script, something to work on, and then take it into editing. Because I'm prone to sticking my foot in my mouth, which I don't want to do, and sometimes I even miss that in editing. But anyway, I really felt like it was time for me to come on and say something. Not that my opinion matters, but everybody has one, right? And while I still have an opinion, I'm gonna give it. So the election, wow, huh? I'm wearing red. Yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm also a Star Wars fan, and most sci-fi. I recently, around Halloween, for the first time watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It kind of inspired me for a video I'm working on. Well, actually, no, it was my costume that I wore, that I got this year, which was Ronald McDonald. That was a hard costume to find, and it wasn't cheap. But that's what I wanted. I decided a couple months ago I was going to be Ronald McDonald. So I did. That actually inspired me to do the music video that I'm going to do, and which is going to be kind of funny and kind of creepy. I kind of like creepy funny, you know. Like the horror comedies were always kind of cool to me. I mean, I don't like blood and gore. I don't like anything blatantly satanic. But I think that comedy horror is kind of cool. But the reason I came on was watching the election results made me sick, literally. My stomach hurt for 3 days. My anxiety levels were at an all-time high. And I haven't felt like that since I got a divorce. Where I just, except that was a little worse. I couldn't even eat then. But I mean, at least I could eat. But my anxiety levels were because, you know, I really believed that Trump was going to win. And I still believe that. I don't believe that this is over. But this is something I've had to fight myself through because, you know, it's you get on and Biden proclaims himself president. So does the Associated Press, right? But they don't decide who the president is. This is going to be decided in the courts. But I still believe, I have a belief. I can't say that I don't sometimes have doubts, but I truly believe that Trump is going to win. There's too many questions. I do believe that there was some massive fraud going on, and I believe it's going to be proven. But the funny thing is I told myself, let me show you here first. This is the front of my house. I told myself, I really felt like putting up, I felt really patriotic, which is unusual for me this year. Little backstory. I'm not political. I've never considered myself a Republican or a Democrat. Matter of fact, I never cared about politics, ever. I never, well, except for, you know, the past couple years, I never registered to vote. I didn't vote, honestly. My opinion was God knows who he wants. He'll take care of it. That's what I believed. Honestly, I believe that America was going to be part of this global community that helped usher in the Antichrist system. And you could see that coming, and you can definitely see it in Biden's politics. He wants to wrap his arms around that system, which is scary. Because my belief is, if Biden truly did win, God's done with us. The Antichrist system is coming, the mark of the beast, and it's over. Game over.
You lose.
I did vote, because in Oregon you're automatically registered if you have a valid state ID. So I did vote, and I voted for Trump in 2016 as the lesser of two evils. And, it wasn't until late in the year last year when they started talking about impeachment. I started watching it. And I know enough about the law to know that it was totally bogus. They had nothing on him. Even some of the stuff they were accusing of him was legal for the president to do, and he didn't even do that. It's fall. The leaves are falling and hitting me. Anyway, so I watched the impeachment trials. I watched it through December, January. Totally, you could totally see how bogus it was. They had nothing to bring to the table, and yet they were trying to impeach this man. And then I looked at the past 4 years, at the witch hunt that started even before he got elected. And again, I say, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I've never considered myself either one. I've never registered as a Republican or as a Democrat. I always figured I would vote for the policies, not the person. You can, people say, Donald Trump, he's arrogant. So what? What are his policies? It really doesn't matter. The thing about it is Trump is a motivator. He's a go-getter. He's a fighter. Right? The Democrats choose Biden because they know he's old. And no matter what, even if he gets in trouble for the laptop from hell, either that or they're gonna remove him from office somehow. Kamala would be president, and their socialist agenda would begin, which wraps itself around this satanic Antichrist system. An anti-Christian system. A lot of them won't deny that. It's time to clean house, though. But anyway, the reason I got on is I showed you my lights. I this year I became patriotic. I more than believe in President Trump. I believe God's hand is on President Trump to change America for the better. Did you see the last debate where Trump was encouraging? Joe Biden was a doomsayer. We're learning to die with this thing. Is that what people want for a president? Life goes on. You cannot hide. You cannot cover your face. You've got to live your life. If you're going to let the COVID-19 scare you, then you might as well roll over and die. Okay? You might as well just roll over and die. Because life goes on. Sad. Really, really sad. Anyway, my point. It's one of the reasons why I like to edit. I can ramble. Anyway, people say, "Oh man, you never talk." Well, that's because you don't know me. I can talk. Anyway, this year I became a patriot. This year I realized I got to see all the lies the media is spreading. I didn't believe, fake news. I didn't believe any of that until this year. After watching the Trump impeachment trials, they were accusing him of things that Hillary Clinton actually did. And I don't believe this is over. Anyway, I had said in myself, if Biden wins this election, I'm going to take down my lights. Because I'm not honoring that guy. And my faith in this country will be gone. We will fail, we will fall, and God's judgment is coming. That's a guarantee. Okay, but I don't believe that's the truth. I mean, I do believe that's the truth if Biden wins. But I don't believe that Biden is gonna win. This isn't over, people. All right, this is the facts. It's not over till it's over. The courts will decide. But anyway, so on the day I woke up and, the Associated Press has announced Joe Biden the winner, which they can't do. But anyway, I said, okay, I was depressed. I got up and said, I'm gonna take down my lights. I'm not honoring Joe Biden. And I came out to take up my lights, and the Lord spoke to me, and He said, "Don't take down your lights." So I didn't. I'm not taking down my lights until this is completely over. I'm going to honor, God's wishes. The Lord told me to watch and see what He is about to do. The Lord spoke this to me. So I don't care if you don't believe me, because you're going to see. Watch and see. Anyway, my lights aren't coming down because this isn't over. That's all I really wanted to say. Keep the faith.